everyone and welcome. In today's video I just wanted to share with you a quick tip on the easiest way I found to remove the paper from foam board when it's really stuck on there. So if you've been watching along with any of my other videos, you'll notice that I use foam board quite a bit. Now it is generally better with the paper off. It allows you to do things like we did with the concrete barriers here, where we've added textures and bullet holes. So removing the paper is generally quite important. If you haven't seen any of those other videos, I'll put a link above. Don't forget to subscribe as well, as I will have some more terrain videos out shortly. So what's happened is about a month ago I bought a large packet of foam board. Now this came in A3 sheets and I ended up with quite a few of them. Now when I got them home they were fine. I was able to peel the paper off no problem, and I've used them now in a couple of builds without any issue. What I did find though when I went back to make the concrete barriers last week was some of my foam board is now impossible to peel. So you can see here where I've hacked at it a bit. Now I went through a lot of motions in the last few days to try and get rid of this paper, and obviously I've looked up online on ways to do this, and I tried the most, probably not every way, but the most popular ways I think. And I'll just give you some sense of how I went with that. So I did try here with the hairdryer, pretty standard stuff. I saw guys online doing this, hitting it with a high heat for about 20 seconds and just being able to peel the paper right off. Now I did not have that luck. Even after about a minute, all I was really doing there was just overheating the hairdryer a couple of times, and it had no real effect to getting this paper off here. So I don't know what happened to it over the last few weeks or the last month or so. It has been really hot here, so maybe that's affected the glue, or maybe taking it out of the packet. Now I also tried isopropyl alcohol. This stuff's not necessarily cheap for me, so using this technique was definitely not something I wanted to do. I did get an effect. I did get some positive effect from it. I was able to peel it off in some sections here, as you can see, but it was a little inconsistent. I still had some bits. I think if I went back over it with more isopropyl now, I could probably peel that off. But as I said, that alcohol's not real cheap to buy, so I'd rather not do that if I can help it. Now I stepped up the heat application a little bit more, and I actually used my Dremel torch here. It has a couple of different little attachments here, but this one here is quite good if you just want to apply some heat along the line here. That's not too direct. Now I did that. What I found was actually I ended up burning or melting the plastic, the foam. Sorry, as the glue let go, but so did the integrity of that foam completely. So it's a bit hard to see, but it is melted there. So that was also not an option. I tried all around these edges here at different times and different temperatures, as I figured it would be, as close as I got, and I still had obviously no success here at all. Now another option open to me was to soak it. I did that. I put some in some water and left it there for a couple of hours. It literally did nothing. All I ended up with was this type of thing where I was peeling off the top layer of paper, but that underside layer there, that stuff that's in contact with the foam, was just not coming off. So yes, it loosened the top, but it had no real effect in the end in getting that glued paper away. So like I said, I do have quite a few sheets of this, and I was quite frustrated going through all these motions and having literally no success at all. Like, as you can see, this is not usable for what I want to do with it. So honestly, I frisbeed one out into the backyard and left it there for a couple of days. It's indestructible, this stuff. This paper is stuck like shit to a blanket on this stuff. So I'd pretty much given up. So I came back the next day, noticed that even grown man tears can't get this paper off, and I actually decided to take it into my laundry and hit this with some really hot water. And I'll go there now and I'll just show you how easy it was to get this paper away once I put it in some hot water. So I'll just move over there now and we'll have a look. Alright, so here we are in the laundry. Now, as I mentioned, the water coming out of this tap is quite hot. You may have different. I didn't try this in the other sinks in the house, just because this one here is stainless steel, so it does make quite a mess. I'm not sure. You may have some different side effects if you use this in a different sink, that maybe porcelain or something. As you'll see in the end of the video, it does get quite messy in there. It's pretty easy to clean up from here. I didn't have too many issues. So first of all, let's have a look at this foam board that I got. So this is the sheet we had out there before, and I'll just show you how bad this is to peel. So sort of the lighting here is not the greatest, but this is what I'm getting off this foam board. I can peel this top layer back kind of no problem, as you can see, but that's all I can do. I get some of it away, even if I try to keep peeling here. You see I might get a bit of an edge, but I'm still not having any real effect, and all I'm going to do now is just gouge away these, just to try and get at this paper that's just not going to let go. So what we're going to do here is I'm just going to quickly mute the sound and turn the tap on, and I'll show you what we're going to do. Now I have got the plug in, so we're going to fill this up a bit, and you can do this in some really hot water. So if you need to, boil some water and maybe put it in a bucket, this will probably work for you as well, as you'll see. So let's get some water on this, and I'll just show you how it works real quickly here. I'll just hit that with some water. It's really hot, as I mentioned. Not so hot that it's going to melt that foam, but straight away you can see all I got to do now is rub my finger across that, and straight away that's just coming away. It's as simple as that. So it doesn't take long to get through a board, but as I mentioned, once you sort of get stuck into this, you might want to actually put it, sorry for that noise, once you get through this and start rubbing away at that, you might find you want to dunk it in the water there. Now that water for me is really hot, but I'll just grab a cloth, so it's just a rag, you can actually put it in the water and just start wiping away at that. If you've got a much bigger sheet, which I did earlier, it's quite easy to just lay that down in the water. You might want to grab yourself some rubber gloves or something if it's really hot, just some dishwashing gloves or something, and you can literally just wash that away. Now obviously you have to be a bit careful that you don't break your foam. Depending on how big your sheet is, that'll be a big problem for you. I'll just quickly show you here. So we're about halfway through this sheet now. Probably would have been better just to stick doing it this way. But with the bigger sheet, I definitely found the using a cloth and soaking it in the water there and doing it that way was a lot easier. But as you can see, we're working our way through now. And we're more or less good. We've got a bit of a mess in there. We've got a couple of little bits stuck on from in the water. But now you can see we are completely paper and glue free on that now. The other side will probably start peeling away as well. There you go. And that's pretty much it. That'll dry and be fine. As I mentioned, I did a bigger sheet earlier on. So here it is. Both sides all nice and paper free now. So I went from thinking I was going to have to throw out all that foam board, or at least try and buy some more to get some stuff I could clean. But this technique worked really well. It doesn't cost anything, and you can get through quite a bit of foam board if you're just willing to spend the time and clean it off in the tub there. As I mentioned, that water will turn black, so if you're doing large amounts of foam, that water will eventually turn black with all that paper in there. So just be careful of where you're doing it in case it does stain. I'm not too sure if it will or not. But anyway, I hope that helps. That just definitely got me out of a bind this week. We'll be making some more wargaming terrain very, very soon, so please remember to subscribe. If you've liked the video, please hit the like button, and I'll see you soon. Thanks everyone.